Hey, it's Chris, and in my last video, we talked about bloating and some of the main causes of why folks experience that. This is something that hits close to home to me. I had pretty severe acne in high school and college and was on antibiotics for 4+ years. Didn't realize the devastation that was causing to my gut, which I paid for later on in life, and really am just now getting a firm grasp on those issues. But again, the antibiotics at the time was the main thing that helped, really the only thing I found that helped my acne. But meanwhile, it was devastating the good and bad bacteria, and something that I didn't really realize was that it's important to support your gut health with good probiotics and certain nutrients when you've gone through antibiotic regimens. So, especially for those of you that have been on antibiotics for years, chronic use, this is something that we commonly see is bacterial imbalances. Even if it's just been one course of antibiotics in the last few years, this can still cause bacterial imbalances and microbial imbalances that throw off the digestive system and make symptoms like gas and bloating, constipation, and diarrhea more frequent. So what I wanted to do today is review my stool test from a year ago when I was still having severe bloating, just an uncomfortable feeling in my stomach. Certain foods and meals would kind of cause an upset stomach, and just want to talk about what we found and then how I went about addressing these things. So one thing right off the bat is this is a DNA stool test. It actually analyzes the stool based on DNA analysis. The GI map, this is my favorite one to do because it's so accurate and gives us so much good information. First things first, pathogens, we found C. diff. Okay, so first sign of bacterial imbalance, there was a positive C. diff. So this is showing that that C. diff is normally in the stool, but in this case, positive means that it's excessive. It's there in abundance, creating an imbalance. So the first sign of a dysbiosis. All right. Viral pathogens, all negative. Parasitic pathogens, all negative. H. pylori, as you can see, negative. Then we get to the normal flora. These are the good guys. All right. These are the beneficial bacteria. We need to have these. But as you can see, several of these were high. Now, I used to think the more bacteria, the more probiotic bacteria, the better. But what the research shows is that we still need this to be in balance. So we've got several markers here indicating elevated beneficial bacteria, creating an imbalance in the seesaw of good and bad. Opportunistic bacteria, potential autoimmune triggers. These are typically more symptomatic, the bad guys. All right. So there was 2, Citrobacter floridii and Klebsiella pneumoniae, were both elevated. Again, just throwing off that teeter-totter of healthy bacteria versus bad bacteria. So this can certainly lead to digestive symptoms like gas and bloating, even constipation and diarrhea. Then additional dysbiotic, overgrowth bacteria negative, parasites thankfully negative, fungi, yeast, candida, all negative. And then we get to some intestinal health markers. Elastase comes from the pancreas. This helps us digest food. This is a great marker to show how well our pancreas is producing digestive enzymes. And it's also a low typically when folks are dealing with bacterial overgrowth or SIBO. So small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. This is what I was dealing with. Elastase was low, so my pancreas wasn't able to produce enough digestive enzymes, and it was being inhibited by the bacterial overgrowth. So decreased, we've got to support with digestive enzymes and typically hydrochloric acid to make sure that people like this are digesting well. Steatocrit shows if there's fat in the stool. Thankfully, it was a normal level, no excess fat in the stool. Immune response, secretory IgA, the main immunoglobulin found in the digestive system, and it's deficient. So my immune system was probably just beat down from poor probiotic support and poor gut health over the years. And so my immune system in the gut was deficient. It was not as resilient as it should be. It's important to support the gut lining with proper nutrition, things like zinc, things like L-glutamine, certain probiotic strands are beneficial. My body was showing an immune response to gluten. I should say my gut was showing an immune response to gluten. With an elevated marker here, got to avoid gluten, and oftentimes you've got to avoid the cross-reactive foods like dairy, like corn, and soy. Inflammation in the gut was relatively low, and then an excess in beta-glucuronidase, showing that this bacterial overgrowth, this SIBO, was making it difficult for my body to digest toxins well, and this can even throw off hormones, create hormone imbalances. So those are the things we found over the course of several months. So proper support from high quality probiotics, as well as certain nutrients key to the gut, we're able to help my gut restore gut health and absolutely get rid of the bloating. I digest food much better now. I'm regular. My stomach isn't sticking out and bloated all the time, and just definitely feel better. Another thing I've noticed is just decreased brain fog. So, when the gut is on fire, when the gut is in bad condition or bad shape, the brain, it follows along because the gut and brain are connected. So gut on fire, brain on fire. We've got to start with the gut and improve gut health in order for people to feel better. So I hope this helps. Please like, share, and tag somebody that may benefit from this information. Thank you.